Have you ever looked at the sky? I'm not talking about looking up at the clouds above your head and the colors surrounding them, but beyond that. The kind of looking as if the answers of the world and more are just out there, just beyond what our eyes perceive to be the sky. Now, I might be getting ahead of myself, and it may even sound like what I'm saying is complete bullshit. If that's the case, I apologize. I will admit, I'm pretty high right now. Now, before you begin to judge me, know now that I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you think about my decision to smoke. We, have bigger problems in life than me relaxing and smoking a joint. Besides, I find that smoking frees my mind, which is going to make this conversation a lot easier for me. I know what you're thinking. What is this? What's this guy's endgame? What is he even talking about? Who is this guy? Well, keep thinking like that, because you're asking the right kind of questions. You're just phrasing them wrong. Who am I? Ask yourself, who am I? Sometimes I like to think that I have that figured out, but that's usually short-lived. There's something about that question, something that just echoes in my head, never really going away. Who am I? What makes me, me? I'd tell you my name, but that wouldn't help you in this situation. And quite honestly, I'm not entirely sure if you're real. For all I know, I'm just talking to myself right now. And even then, I couldn't say for sure if that's true. The endless possibilities of what this could all be is actually overwhelming. Unfortunately, that's not the issue here. The real issue here is that I am limited by my own physical being, that I am unable to get outside of my own head. If I could, then I would be able to tell you who I am without any problem. And if you could, well then I wouldn't even have to tell you, now would I? I can at least say that I'm human, or a person, can't I? Don't expect me to come up with the answer for you. I'm having enough trouble figuring this out for myself. That's why we're having this conversation. You're here to help me. If you're even here. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Well, let's think about it. What does it mean to be a human? To be a person? Sometimes it seems like they're the same thing, human and person, which only makes things more fucked up to figure out. But that doesn't stop us from asking the question what it means to be a person. To love. To suffer. To laugh or be happy. To understand everything going on around us. To live and experience the world. I mean, what does it mean to feel? Can I say that I've felt love? Can I say that I've experienced genuine human emotions? Well, think about a movie. They say that no two people experience a movie the same way, that everyone has a different interpretation of the information. Does that make my experience any less genuine than another? Who's to say which experiences are more genuine? What about the fact that I'm smoking? The fact that in order to reach a higher state of thinking and clarity, in order to ask questions that I would be afraid to even imagine when sober, I had to get high. Does that make my emotions, ideas, and experiences that I've had in this state of mind any less genuine? Does it make me any less of a person? Well, what if I was having this conversation while I drank a few beers? Would you judge me any less or more? What if I used an even harder substance for the same reason? I guess there's no real way of knowing how you feel about it. But like I said before, I don't give a shit. So even if you are real, and you are judging me, I'd say it's pretty wasted. Some might even question whether my decisions are my own, that I have no control over my actions, and my decisions to smoke rather than drink was determined before I even made the decision to do so. Then in that case, it wouldn't matter what I do. I wouldn't be morally responsible because I have no control over anything. I would just be a pawn of the universe, waiting to be moved to the next space on the board. The sad truth, and I do believe this to be a fact of life, is that there is no way of knowing for sure. Maybe our questions will be answered in another life, or maybe humans are just doomed to question our existence, never getting any closer to an absolute answer. Maybe that's what it means to be a human, not knowing the answers and just constantly coming up with more questions. Because even if we don't have the answers, we should never stop asking questions. We should never fully accept the reality that we are presented. As for who am I, and whether or not I'm a person, well, I guess that all depends on the kind of person you want to be.
Last thing that you hear